Hello and welcome to Switzer Super TV. I'm Peter Switzer. This is my colleague Paul Rickard. Hi Paul.
Hi Peter.
Now June, what happened on the markets?
Well, you went away, Peter, didn't you, to the south of France, I believe?
Yes, that's right. It was a working holiday, Paul, and I've got to say I do love going into the Northern Hemisphere time zone to get a feel for what's going on in Europe and the USA because they are big drivers of our market.
Well, like our market in June, Peter, basically was pretty washy. In fact, didn't follow a lot of the leads from offshore. Over the month of June, our market was down 1.5%, but that disguised a better return over the first half of the year of just over 3% according to the accumulation index, but more importantly, 17.43% over the financial year. So that's pretty good for investors.
Yeah, so even though the second half of the financial year wasn't crash hot, the first half was terrific and 17%. Who can whinge about that?
Well, you can't complain about that. And on the chart in front of you, let's just take a sec to look a little more closely at the different components of the market. We've got the different sectors that make up the S&P ASX 200, and for each sector, its relative market weight. So, for example, financials, excluding property, is about 39.7% of the ASX 200. During June, it returned minus 1.1%. Its return for the half year ending 30th of June or year to date is 5.1%, and over the course of the financial year, 21.9%. The other interesting mover in the market as a whole, Peter, was the mid-cap 50 group, and that represents companies that are ranked numbers 51 to 100 by market capitalisation. They've done pretty well.
Yeah, which you've pointed out in previous segments. But well, I noticed there was A-REITs and utilities. They did very well.
Well, property trusts have done very well in the second half of the year. They had a pretty terrible 2013, but I think their return in the second half of the year is driven by a couple of things. Firstly, we've seen yields generally get crunched everywhere, and property trusts were yielding, in some cases, over the 6s and 7%. And secondly, a little bit of takeover activity. We've had a couple of takeovers, a bit of corporate activity with the Westfield restructure.
Do you think it's going to keep on going?
Well, the better named property trusts are now yielding in the 5s. I think that's starting to look a little bit expensive, and I think if the market is to move higher, it won't come through a big rebound in the property trust sector.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen for the rest of the year in our market?
I'm a little on the sideline still. I think we need a catalyst, and that catalyst is most likely to be either our own earnings season, which sort of kicks off in August, or the US reporting season that starts just a bit earlier.
Yep. Well, my view is that I think the US is doing a lot better than the doomsday merchants were predicting. Europe's a bit slow. Japan's coming good. I think we're going to see a big takeoff around November or December this year. In between, we could be going sideways. There could even be a small correction, but I'm positioning myself for a really good comeback for this market right around the world. And that's Switzer Super TV for this week. Thanks for joining us.